Peace, everybody. I'm your host, Vina of the Confession Corner, a space where young Black adults are able to talk about mental health, self-awareness, and self-actualization. I have two beautiful guests here today.
Hey.
I am so excited to have this conversation with them, and I'm so excited for y'all to be here. I appreciate y'all fully and deeply. I love y'all so much.
Thank you for having us.
So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all talk about yourselves a little bit and what y'all do, talk your shit.
You go first.
And yeah.
I'm going to just take one for the team. So I'm Bre. I'm from Baltimore, video producer, all things video. I don't know what else to say.
What is the name of your
Oh, okay, yeah. So my
production?
brand is called the Bold Productions, and I produce pretty much everything.
Cause show them.
Huh?
Show them.
Yeah.
She, your tattoo woman.
Oh, my tattoo.
How you got your brand tatted? And
I forget. It's a fairly new tattoo.
It's a fairly new tattoo.
I just got it last week.
But it looks good.
Thank you.
We're going to get back to you because I want you to talk a little bit more what you do, too.
Cause she said talk your shit and
I said talk your shit.
Okay, so like my show?
Your show, everything that you do, everything that you dabble in, how did you get into production, videography?
Okay, so I went to Morgan State University. I'm a graduate of Morgan State. And from there, I kind of just like got into production, started Behind a Brand, which is a web series, and then I started producing a talk show. So yeah, that's basically it.
What's your talk show about? I liked it.
Okay.
A lot.
My talk show is called, excuse me, I'm a little nervous. I'm still getting used to being in front of the camera.
It's okay.
My talk show is called Millennial versus Gen Z, which is just two different perspectives from, of course, a millennial and then a Gen Z. And so we just kind of like going back and forth of different topics. Yeah.
The most recent episode y'all had, what was it on?
So that was my first episode. I think that was just like a pilot episode. It wasn't really like topic focused, just like different topics and stuff like that we came up with. So, yeah.
I'm excited about the second episode because I seen the preview and I was like,
Oh, yeah. We shot the second episode already. I just ain't had time to like get into editing.
Right. Okay, thank you, Bre. Now on to my other sis.
Hey. I'm a nervous wreck, but hi.
Oh my goodness.
Hi, everybody. My name is Morgan Renee. I'm a licensed esthetician and founder of Skin Sense, Baltimore, Maryland. I'm a woman of many things, but I like to focus on my skincare business, but also write, I also sing. I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but no drugs. That's not what I mean. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap myself up real quick. That's all.
That was good.
That was very good.
Thank you.
What is up and coming for Skin Sense?
So, in cousinship with Black Ass Flea Market,
Okay.
I have an event coming up on November 19th, and I'm very excited about that. This is my first event. I'm scared, I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm all the things.
All the feelings.
All the things.
I'm gonna be there too.
Are
Because I
you?
seen you do
I'm excited.
well for solo. I think I seen you do a what was it, facial
It was, yeah.
or whatever. And I was
So in the actual event, like the attendees are going to be able to walk through the steps of not necessarily a facial, but like what your skincare routine looks like at home, because most people just don't know what that looks like.
right.
And it's like, I'm surprised when I hear that, but I'm like, okay, if I continue to hear that, perhaps I should create a space where people are able to learn that. So I'm excited to be the sensei for a day.
Oh, I'm happy about that. What made you want to start being like getting into skincare and esthetician? and
So
just that
crazy
passion?
story. In my family, I am the only girl and the youngest. So I grew up a tomboy. Who'd have thunk it, you know? But I was literally a tomboy until college. And then one of my best friends from high school lived in California because she's in film. And I went out to see her, and her roommate was an esthetician. And I was like, what? What's that? Tell me more. Like, I'm trying to see what that be like. But that same year, I found out that I have eczema and psoriasis. And it just,
Really?
yes. So just that journey to that destination was so frustrating for me that I was like, if I'm dealing with this, other people are as well. And then just meeting her when I went to LA just confirmed that perhaps that's what I needed to do. So
Right.
that's what led me here. And I'm
And
happy to be here.
Oh, I'm happy because I've never really. I know I have like mild eczema, like or I get a reaction from like metals and stuff. But
you have a nickel allergy?
I think a nickel, maybe.
Yeah,
I had to get prescribed the cream, and I was like, oh well, this is embarrassing because I used to wear belts a lot when I was younger.
No, there are people that where your button is inside your pants. There are people that have whole rashes right here.
Whoa, from
nickel
that?
in it,
Yeah.
And sometimes people put cream and stuff on it, but it wears off.
Yeah, so when I did that, I was like, oh my God. But I never had like acne, never had like anything extreme. And then when I saw like a lot of people going into like esthetician, like now, previous years beforehand, I'm like, oh wow, this is really like a thing.
Yeah, before I knew, I didn't know either. So I'm like, if I didn't know, other people
didn't know.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. Okay, but I appreciate that. Thank you for talking your shit. I still want you to talk your shit a little bit more, but I'm not gonna pressure you. Look,
I wasn't.
You wasn't. As much as you like to talk,
as much as you do,
sure.
you do.
I feel like I kind of touched base on everything. Am I missing something?
I don't know, cause you're really amazing.
Cause she ain't talk about how she be low key designing clothes.
Okay, yeah, I'm highly into fashion as well.
Talk clearly.
I'm highly into fashion as well too. I do know how to sew.
She a seamstress.
I have a sewing machine, so I be doing a little bit with that.
Are you thinking about going anywhere further with that?
I've been thinking about it. I think I gotta do some deeper thinking. It's been a surface level thought though.
Okay. She made some shirts last year and they went crazy on the street. She made so humble right now.
I'm excited to see what that looks like for you. We're not gonna get too deep into it just yet, because like you said, it's a surface level. We're gonna let it come into light as it
manifest.
Should. So today's topic that I have for y'all is just the strength in sisterhood. Just exemplifying what sisterhood means to you, the different type of phases that you had to go through with different sisterhood or different friendships with women, and how that evolved, how you had to reposition people, and then also finding your tribe, your true aligned sisters, and how that really like manifests and assists you as you are coming into womanhood, or you are dwelling in womanhood, and how that looks for you. And at the end, I'm gonna have a confession time question for y'all. Because I'm going to get in your business just a little bit.
Oh,
just a little bit.
Oh, Lord.
Just a little bit. So my first question to y'all is, what does sisterhood look like to you?
I guess I'll go first this time.
You already knew.
So sisterhood is something that's, at my big age, relatively new for me. Again, I grew up surrounded by men. And the women that were in my family weren't in my generation. So there was no real proximity there.
Right.
I think Bre was my first introduction. Brienne was my first introduction to like what a true friend and sister looks like, because my friendships prior with women have been like high school, college, where friends still feel like they should talk to you every day, see you every day, everything every day, like you're a possession. And I had to let that go because it began to feel very uncomfortable for me.
Right.
So between those two time frames, I didn't really have a lot of female relationships because I didn't have the energy or the longing to navigate that space. But it was like, you know how they be like, your coworkers are not your friends.
Yeah, you got it's a thin line.
I went to work and I met this cool girl and I was like, just to let you know, you're my friend and you're stuck with me. And she happens to be all of our friends now. And
exactly.
I love that for us.
Oh wow. I didn't know that y'all story was like y'all both work at the same job, but I didn't know how long that was, or like if that was really like something that y'all took outside of work at first, or y'all just was like clicking as soon as you...
Literally, when we met, like, we clicked when we met. We also had to work a 6 a.m. shift together.
Oh, yeah. No.
So it was like everybody was half asleep, but we was always vibing with one eye open. So yeah, it started there. And then we literally became close so quickly. And a part of me was afraid of that because I was like, I've never had a friendship like that. Like, what is that?
Right.
Like, is this... But she never gave me any, like, funky vibes, but it just was my insecurities and the things that I had dealt with previously that made me a little wary.
Right.
But I'm glad that's my friend.
I'm glad too that evolved into that. Bre. What does sisterhood look like to you?
Sisterhood to me is loyalty, respect, honesty, and transparency. To me, like, I feel like you need all those things. And like Morgan said, it's something that just became like prominent as you got older, because when you're younger you don't really you don't really look deep into it like that. But I think when you get older, it's something that's needed. I know I need it, and so I think all of those things is something that's important to me within sisterhood.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was your relationships with like women or just like women friend groups in the past?
It's been an experience. Like, just, I think the whole thing is just like finding yourself and finding like what is it that you need from a person, like from that actual sister, you know. So for me, it's just been a learning experience with like finding myself, finding who I am and who I'm not, to actually figure out what I need from a person I would consider a sister. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a learning experience from people in the past. So now that I'm older, I can say, okay, I can consider this a person a sister because she's giving me this and she's giving me that, and I can reciprocate that as well. So it's been a learning experience.
That's good. What do y'all consider, well, this is for both y'all, what do y'all consider, what type of qualities do you consider in a woman to like consider her like an actual sister? And is there any like time duration on that? Because like you said, when you met Brienne, you like, we click automatically, and it's kind of like a little, I want to say anxiety there a little bit, or a little just pullback, because it's like, this is happening a little too quickly. I don't know if this is real or not, you know, so what does that look like? Are there parameters on that?
Do you want to go first?
For me, it looks like I'm looking at how you treat the other people around you, like how you treat your other friends or the people you consider friends, how you treat your family, how you treat your community, and then just you as a person. So that's for, you know, what it is for me.
For me, I am unfortunately an observant person by nature. So if I think that we are going to develop a relationship, I'm already observing. I might not say anything, I might not do anything, but I'm always observant, because similarly to what Bre said, like the way you treat people is really important to me. I always tell people like the measure of character is how you treat someone that can't do anything for you.
Ooh,
you know what I mean? So
okay.
like if you can't do anything for me, am I treating you nasty? Because that's not a person that you really want to. And I feel like in the past, that's what I had run into. People that, you know, were mean girls, but they were nice to me. So I was like, well, they nice to me. But we see how that turned out. It didn't turn out well for me. So like, moving forward, that is something that I definitely look at. Like, where do you focus your energy? How do you treat people? What are your values? Because at this point, the going out to the club era of our lives,
girl, that is so over.
It's like we still celebrate with our friends,
but like
in our 20s, we had friends that we didn't go deeper with. We just cared about going out to the club, the next move. But at this point in my life, that's not the priority when building relationships.
Yeah. I think for me, in order for someone to be considered a sister, I really have to see how you are around like other women, you know what I'm saying? And just analyze that, because not trying to say like, I usually look at other women's friends to see if that's like something I would want to be intertwined with, because who you hang around with is like who influences you the most. And even if it's like a little bit or maybe just a lot of it, if anything, I really want to see if you are meshing with them well, or whatever they stand for, whatever type of morals they have. Because y'all, I don't like being around people that are attached to like a whole bunch of mess and something. And it's and I do believe that some people that I've met like as women haven't had the time to reposition their other women friends. And I'm never going to be like, well, I think you should X, Y, and Z with her or move her out your life. But at the same time, I do analyze them and see how they act with them and how they treat me, and then I like use that in the analyzing of if I want you to be a sister or not. You know what I'm saying? Because I really do consider, especially with y'all, because I love y'all, I consider y'all my sisters. But at the same time, I really do see where you value like that friendship or that sisterhood. And it's important for me to see if you like really, really cherish it, and or like how you said, like, are you only cherishing this just because I could do something for you? You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like, I don't like that. I don't like betrayal. I don't like the deceitfulness of people like, oh, well, I know they got this, that, and the third. I'm going to stick by them close.
Trying to position yourself.
Trying to position yourself in a way where it's like, okay, I know that they could benefit me very well, but at the same time, you know, I'm just going to stick around because I just want that, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Even the piece that you said with like you meeting people and they have friendships that necessarily aren't the best for them. That's really important too, because it allows you to see how people navigate uncomfortable spaces.
Yeah.
Because we all had that A1 since day one that we've grown apart from. But it's like, do I keep this person close to me and just be uncomfortable and have nothing in common? Or do I distance myself respectfully and it's always love, but we're not in the same page anymore?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's important to see how people navigate that, because some people can't, some people won't, some people do but don't do it well. It's just, that's important to see, because also if you all have friction or some type of issue within your friendship, you already can kind of see how that's going to go, or how that would be, worked out.
Yeah.
And so do you have any friendships that you've had like long term? Do y'all have like any friendships that you have since like high school, maybe college, that still stand today?
I do.
High school.
What was that, like 12 years ago?
Yeah, that was like 12,
really?
11 years ago. Yeah.
Oh,
You hit it right on the nose.
Oh,
Yeah, I graduated in 2012. So
from high school?
yeah.
Y'all making me feel old, really.
I was gonna say, hold on, wait a minute.
Because
What you graduated in what? 15.
2015.
Ooh, don't look at me, mind your business. First of all, mind your business.
14.
2004.
I graduated in 2010.
Well, I'm 12. I'm 2012.
Okay, look.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't have. I can't. Not that I had two that I could like count on, but over the past few years, I felt like we've kind of just
Grown apart.
kind of just like grown apart, and it's interesting to see. But me personally, I know that I'm growing. I know that sometimes you gotta disconnect from people to get to where you're going at, and I've gotten to a place where I had to become okay with that. I wasn't at first, but I had to like, look, if that's what it is, that's just what it is.
What got you through that process of being okay with it, or being okay, like, okay, this is supposed to happen in a sense?
So like I said before, it's really just figuring out who you are. Because once you figure out who you are, everything kind of falls into place. And when you figure out who you are, you know who's supposed to be around you, and you know who's not supposed to be around you. And you know people that's fit for your journey, and you know people that's not fit for your journey. So everything just kind of align. That's why I said it's very important to be by yourself and figure out who you are. Because once you do that, everything just falls into place. And you'll become more okay with the way that things go and don't go.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I was going to say, come on now. Because you're dropping them.
Yeah.
You're dropping the
I
gems.
aspire to be there.
I mean, it takes a lot of strength.
It takes a lot. I think it's so much, and I talked about this too, I think, before with Richard. Like, I'm a very... I just want everybody to get along, and
Same.
I just want
Such a
everybody to
feeler,
come.
and I hate it for myself.
I want everybody to come and just be
Kumbaya.
okay. Yeah, and it's like,
That's not what it's given, though.
it's not what it's given. And I think that I do have friendships. I think I have like two. I'm lying. I have at least 4 friendships that I've had since like high school, and they've we're really cool, still cool, but at the same time I've noticed the difference in everybody's evolution. And I never sit here and be like, oh well, I just can't, I'm never that type of person, because if it
doesn't
was
align
love
anymore.
it doesn't align anymore. And it's not like I never hung out with them again still and stuff like that. I love them deeply, if you call me, I'll come in to your rescue. But at the same time, I understand the things that I'm into, the things that I am pursuing really don't align too much, and it's not bad. I think the first time that I realized that, I really broke down in tears. I was like, I just wish they would come and I'm gonna introduce them to X, Y, and Z.
It hurts.
And it's so hard to get over that grieving process too, because at the same time in my mind I'm like, well, am I being a bad friend? Or am I thinking that I'm too good for these people?
Sometimes you don't get over that grieving process, and that's
You
what,
don't. Please
that's
talk
what-
about that, because
listen, okay, grieving people that are still alive is the craziest.
the craziest.
It's physically exhausting. It's mentally exhausting. It's emotionally exhausting. But it continuously happens throughout your
I
life.
have the remedy for that.
What's the remedy, Bre?
Self-respect. Because it's like you said you was, after you grieving, what is it, crying or something like that? What do you say? What did you just say?
I said, like, grieving somebody that's still alive. So she's saying basically, like, there are people that's not in her life, but she's grieving them.
I know, but it was something you said that
I don't know, Bre.
What did she just say?
She talked about how grieving, you don't really get over that for people who are still alive in your life because it's an ongoing thing. But
yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah. Sometimes it's not like you grieving and it's gone. Sometimes it's still happening.
Like you'll miss them continuously.
And in her case, she wasn't disrespected, so I don't think
I wasn't disrespected. I think it's just I just noticed it one day and I was like, dang, these people are not like
my people
in the same thing anymore. And it's not bad. It's not to say like, oh, they're less than or like I'm more than, but at the same time, it's like
it just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
And when stuff feels forced, okay, because we're not making a pixie cut into a ponytail. Like, we're not doing that.
But that's why I say self-respect, because it's going to keep hurting you if you keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. You're the one that's going to end up being hurt. So, I mean, I know you got to grieve, but you just got to respect yourself more and want more for yourself.
That's beautiful. I think it's hard to get to that point for some people because it's like,
I know.
I don't want to leave these people, but at the
scarcity
same time,
mindset. Because nobody else is coming if I let them go. But they are.
Wow.
But they are. They'll be back.
They'll be back.
The right people will be back.
And it's so profound when you do see it coming to fruition. It's like, oh shit, my people are coming.
It's me with friends. Like, I'm not going to.
But think of it like this: if you keep holding on to people that's not meant for you, you're never going to make space for the people that are meant for you. So if you keep trying to hold on to relationships that you have to grieve or people that are not for you, you're never going to grow and you're never going to meet the people that can fulfill
that type of space.
Yeah, correct.
Do you feel as if repositioning people or sisterhood, like women who are your friends, especially like that type of sisterhood, have you ever had to reposition a sisterhood that you've had in a different way? Like, did you have to like pull back a little bit, or did you have to put them in a specific category?
Can I go first?
Go ahead, Morgan.
I think Bre knows this already, but recently, yes, 2 people at the same time that I've known since like 2006.
Oh, dang.
And it didn't feel good. I definitely cried about it. Like, it was like when people are there for your worst times in your life, and then afterwards they just treat you literally like shit. It's like, damn, like I wanna be loyal to you because you really held me down. But also, you're not respecting or recognizing that the person I am today is a different person. So I don't know where to go from there. But this is where I went from there. Because gotta go. Does it feel good? No. Am I still grieving? Yes, it's still relatively new. But it's like I know that that's something that needed to happen in order for me to reach my next steps. And in order for me to honor myself. Yeah. Because for a long time, I wasn't honoring myself.
I think that's the biggest thing. Time for that? I was going to say that. I think that's the biggest thing. I think that's what I'm finding out more, especially becoming a woman and also navigating my friendships and stuff like that. Because recently I had to confront somebody about that. And I was like, dang, I don't feel honored in this. I don't feel like you really are valuing this as much as you want to fluff it up and say, I really appreciate the relationship. I don't feel that way. Yeah. And then when I bring it to your attention, you acknowledge it and you're like, apologize, but then I didn't see any changes. So then when we came to like this rut or like this standing point where it's like, I don't feel honored and you're doing the same thing, I know you're not about to change. It's like, I have to let this go. Yeah.
I think another thing too that helped me, I guess get past the grieving process with replacing people in my life is also understanding that they are human, and sometimes that they can't be this person that you need them to be, or this sister or friend that you need them to be. And so I had to, understand that as well. Like, oh, maybe where she at in her life, she just can't be this friend that I need her to be. Yeah. And it helped me, release them more than like, oh, well, keep trying to hold on to something,
Because let me get my notepad.
Have you ever reconnected with anybody like that you had to let go and then y'all found each other again?
I have recently. I was going to say I'm not going to say too much, but I can because one of my best friends from high school, she and I had a falling out in college, and we recently reconnected. She was at my birthday party. But She got the same name as me.
Okay. How does that feel? How does that look for you right now?
I genuinely and wholeheartedly love and loved her, and I feel like there was no process to our relationship ending. Just something crazy happened, and it was it.
Right.
So it was like I never got, and I'm a closure kind of girl.
Really?
I am. I'm trying to get away from that. I'm trying to get away from that. It's not healthy for me. No, because it's not healthy for me. Honestly. Okay. It's not. But I am, because I feel all the feels, and I feel like I need to express myself, but I also want to hear you out and understand your point of view. So it's like when that is shut down, that makes me shut down. So like it took a very long time, and there's somebody over here that wants to take credit for it, but we had to come around in our own time and have a conversation, because why are you looking like that? Why you looking
please don't make me
Why you looking like that?
I don't know.
But no, that's real. Bre, have you ever reconnected with anybody else that you had a falling out with?
I've reconnected and disconnected again.
Really? What did that teach you? Because I know when I reconnect with people, I usually like take very, very slow precaution. And I'll be like,
I think I reconnected forcefully though. And that's why I disconnected so fast, because I think I reconnected just out of like what you say, we're grieving this relationship. And so I'm just like, dang, well, maybe this person should be in my life. So let me be the big person, you know? And so I'm not going to say it didn't work out, but I just do what feel right. And so I think I disconnected a little faster or quicker, maybe because something just wasn't right for me. And so, I mean, but it don't feel good having to do that. It don't feel good.
It don't feel good at all. I think it's so big. It's such a big like hump to get over. Like my sister said, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But at the same time, and you never want to cross that bridge sometimes, because it's so much of a process. And I think especially for like Black women, I do find that when we do come together as sisters or as just women in general and just building a foundation, it's such a beautiful thing. But at the same time, it's a process to nitpick and see who can be within that, because like I said before, not everybody could come. Not everybody could come, and it's so important for us to understand like who we're around and who we're entangling ourselves with or just intertwining ourselves with, because it's important to know that when we do have this relationship or this friendship, it's going to be prolonged, or hopefully it's going to be prolonged to a point where it's like, hey, now if I have children, you're about to be my child's aunt, you better go with them, X, Y, and Z. And I think that's important also with choosing your friends, and especially people that you consider your sisters.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's deeper than what people like throw around. Oh, that's my sis. That's my
It's
good.
like godparents, yo. People just make anybody their kids godparents. Do y'all know that they supposed to be the people that take care of your kids if you die?
If you die, it's serious.
Why is Pookie and Ray Ray and them the godparents?
Because Pookie and Ray Ray and them got money.
No, because they scammers with the Mercedes outside, not because they got
Please,
money. Like,
Oh my goodness. All right. So, do you feel as if now? Well, when did you start noticing that you were able to really solidify people as like your friends, or your women as your friends or your sisters? Like, when did you start noticing that?
I gotta think on
I
that
go. My relationship with Brienne, honestly.
That was the first one you did.
I was like, dang, she feel like a sister. I'm scared. I've never had a sister. I don't know what this means. I don't know how to navigate this.
Have you ever told her like how you felt about it, or have
Absolutely,
you ever had a discussion?
all the time.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't ever want her to forget. Yeah, absolutely. I'm always like, I love you, girl.
And y'all ever talked about like the beginning stages of y'all friendships? Have you ever like reminisced on that?
Absolutely, because there are so many people that were around in the beginning of our friendship that are no longer here. We actually were talking about it a little bit when we were coming back from New Orleans. But yeah, it's been a journey.
It's what Kelly say on Insecure. It's a lifelong journey, girl.
It is. And you know what? But what I will also say about my friendship with her is that in my past friendships, it was like if we have a disagreement or something happens that we're not on the same page with, it's like, I don't want to be your friend anymore. She's the first friend that I've ever had that was like, this doesn't feel good, let's discuss this. And I appreciate that so much, because that's the way that I want to move in relationships.
Right.
I don't want you to be like, I don't like the way you chew your gum, I'm not your friend anymore. Because what? Grow up. But it's like, that's what I've experienced in the past. That's honestly how I've had friendships, and like, you don't call me every Tuesday no more. We're not friends no more. Like, okay.
The perception is real.
We were
like,
never friends if you're upset that I don't call you every Tuesday anymore, because we're not in high school where I got science homework and nothing else to do. That's not what's happening. We're full-blown adults. And it's like, I have friends that we got to get on each other's calendars 2 months in advance. I'm okay with that. Right. Because the love is not lost when I'm away. It's going to make me, more excited to see you when I see you. Right. Because everybody build up. Everybody doesn't move that way. Some people are still kind of positioned in that high school mentality, like, I need to see you 3 to 4 times a week. If I don't, we ain't friends. And I don't because we grown as hell. I don't subscribe to that.
We're grown as fuck.
It's heavy on that as fuck. And then when people got kids and stuff, like,
oh my God.
I have fewer, and not to sound crazy, but I have fewer expectations for my friends with kids. I got a whole human to take care of. Yeah. Like, I hold you to standards, but at the same time, you got a whole human to take care of. Right. And it's like, I love you. I'll see you when I see you. Make time for me. But I'm not upset like, dang, you ain't called me in 2 months. Because if I ain't talked to you in 2 months, I'm hitting your phone. Are you okay? Are you good? Do you need anything?
The phone works both ways.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like a month passing is normal. 6 weeks passing, it's like, all right, I ain't hear from you. What's going on? You okay? You alive? Sometimes I just send my friends eyes. You know the little side eye?
Yeah, proof of life.
That means, are you okay? Like, do you need anything? Even that, like, friends that I don't see, like, don't live near or that I don't see often, I'll text them, like, do you need anything? Right. Because nobody ever asks. That's so considerate. Nobody ever asks, do you need anything? You know what I mean?
You want me to pick up something for the house real quick, or you need anything?
Like, do you need lunch today? Do you need a diaper for that baby? Like, do you do you need anything? Because sometimes we need things and we don't say it, and we won't say it.
And then people around us are like, why aren't you saying things? Like, I didn't think about it.
Yeah. Like, oh, I have support. I forgot. Brianna literally said that yesterday, and I wanted to box her. Like, what do you mean?
No, because we have to remind each other, especially our women our women friends and our sisters, that we are here for that support. Yeah. There's so much strength in sisterhood, especially because we're natural nurturers. Like, we're going to sit here and be like, okay, did you eat? Have you done X, Y, and Z? You need help with this? Like, I'm going to assist you with that. And it comes off so naturally. And I think that's the biggest thing for me. And that's one of the things that I really do enjoy about, like, sisterhood, because I feel like I'm so loved, and we are one and the same.
Because we love on each other. Yes.
Yeah, we're one and the same. And I said this. I made a tweet about it the other day too. I was like, this year has showed me that there is nothing wrong for me asking to be loved out loud. Oh, yeah. Like, for real. Because people used to, like, be okay with just, like, minimizing the fact of me just being your friend and stuff like that. And it's not so much of me wanting so much gratification. Like, I want you to, like, praise me. But at the same time,
but be able to tell me that you love me.
Exactly. And fully. And without any without any, like, confusion. With full conviction. Like,
I love you. You don't got to whisper it. Because I don't want somebody.
You my friend, I love
like,
you.
That's my friend, I love her.
Out loud.
Because I'm bigging you up. I'm your biggest cheerleader. I'm your biggest fan. I'm all of those things. Because if you're my friend and you made it here, you that girl, you made it here.
For real. And I don't say people are my friends a lot.
Me either.
Because I'm real.
I'm quick to call you an associate. Because
picky.
Because people be associates. They don't be friends. And I be like, y'all got to stop calling everybody y'all friend.
Oh my God. Bre, I'm sorry. I feel like we was cutting you off from your answer.
Oh no, we was rocking out. What's the question? You gotta say the question again.
It was, how do you feel about, like, navigating your, like, do you have any friendships that you've had, like, prolonged, like, in the past? And, like, I think that was the question. I believe it was. Was it the question? I believe that was the question. How you navigate your friendships from, like, in the past to, like, now, I think. Or, like, are there any friendships or sisterhoods that you've had that you are able to reflect on?
Oh, what solidifies? Because I had my answer ready.
Okay, what solidifies it? There you go.
What solidifies the sisterhood? Okay. For me, it's communication, and so going back on what sisterhood means to me, and one of the most important things is transparency. So I listen to the things that people say. And so for me, that's why I say it's communication. When we talking, it's just like, what is it that you're saying? You know, the conversations that we have, and it's really just the transparency. You know, how honest you're being, and That's basically it. Honestly, I can solidify a person just by what they talking about. You know, because words mean a lot. So I can kind of dissect the things. Yeah, I'm good at dissecting the things that people say, even if they trying to be shady or like. It's the communication.
She could read it all through the lines.
Brianna is Inspector Gadget.
Okay. She gonna be quiet about it,
I am a journalist, too.
She's Inspector Gadget.
Real.
She'll be like, hold that thought. Let me see something real quick.
No, for real. That's funny as heck. Not you, the silent watcher. Cause
I mean, I have a journalism degree, so.
Okay, Morgan State.
Yeah, you know, a little research.
So with having women in your life now that are solidified or that you are building a relationship or more grounded relationship on, are there any do you notice any changes that you've had, like with having women relationships beforehand, like the relationships in the sisterhood that you had beforehand? Do you see a difference in how you value your relationships with women now, or like sisterhoods now?
I think that I've always valued the relationship. I think this is probably the first time that I've felt that be reciprocated.
Okay.
Because if I don't value the relationship, I don't have the relationship. You know what I mean? But if in the past I haven't felt like my value was reciprocated, like, if that makes sense.
It makes sense, because I was trying to see if I was making sense when I asked you, did that make sense? That question makes sense? But I get it, because majority of the time, like I said before, sometimes we'll give so much. We're already natural nurturers. We'll give so much in relationships, especially in friendships, but then sometimes we don't notice that it's not reciprocated, or they'll give like a half-ass, like, oh yeah, girl, thank you so much. And it's not so much a tit for tat, like I expect you to X, Y, and Z, but at the same time, I still need to be in a space where I feel honored. And if you don't do that, then it's kind of like, are you really my friend? Are we really friends?
Somebody told me something, and I'd be like, dang, that makes sense. It's go where you're celebrated and not tolerated. Okay. And I felt like in previous friendships I was tolerated, and now I feel like in my friendships, sisterhood specifically, that I'm celebrated.
I love that. Bre, do you find any changes?
Yeah, for me, I think it's the spaces that are being held in like within the sisterhood. So, you know, previous friendships or relationships, I don't think there were enough spaces amongst just like the group of us to like just talk about like our feelings or communicating or ideas or how we gonna do this, how we gonna do that, the future. And I think now that the spaces are that, like talking about goals and your future, how we gonna do this, and it's a more of a we thing and not you and not I. So I think it's the conversations and the spaces that are different.
Right. I think I really do appreciate our shout out to Sola for creating Sexy Wellness Sundays or Sexy Wellness
Stuff
Days.
like that. Stuff like
so
that.
Run it back. Run it all the way back. We need it again. For real, for real.
No, all jokes aside, for real.
No, I was saying and I'm saying this on camera, but I was telling Ro, we gotta do something for Sola.
We gotta do some Sola real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad. I'm gonna say Sola, if you're watching this,
don't
hopefully
watch
we
it,
already don't watch it just yet. Not yet. Wait a little bit. But no, I think that is, especially for Sola being a catalyst, and I think everybody does follow suit to that. You know, even myself, I've been able to, like, for my sister, my best friends, I've been able to, y'all get it too, but I've been able to pour into them and like, let's go out to dinner, let me take you out to dinner. If it's not dinner, let's go get our nails done, let me go ahead and pay for that. Even if it's not paying for anything, like, let's go and drink wine, let's go to the park something, and let's talk, let's have some quality time.
Yeah.
Because I don't think a lot of people, especially for like women now, they get into the glitz and glamour of surface level things, like, oh girl, we going to the club, we outside in the club, like, oh girl, we doing X, Y, and Z. I'm like, well, where's the substance? You know, not trying to say all people, but I noticed in certain womenhood relationships or sisterhoods, a lot of people are just very okay with the surface level. And I think it's so much deeper than calling somebody your best friend or your sis or whatever the case may be, and just being a whole bunch of fluffed up words. I think it really needs to be like a deep rooted type of relationship, because without that, who are y'all? Like, what is this relationship consist
Can
of?
I cry
Stranger
with
danger.
Stranger danger. Because can I cry with you? Can I pray with you? Can I call on you? Can you call on me? Like, in the event of emergency.
Can I tell you my business?
Correct.
Like, nah, for real. Can I tell you all my business?
Yeah.
So a majority of my business, because I do take loyalty very serious. I'm a very big loyalty type of person. If you are sitting up here like, oh yeah, you're my friends, because I've had relationships where, especially with women, where I'm so open. Naturally, I'm already an open person, and I want to be like, come on, let's go. And I've had women like really, maybe I wasn't their cup of tea, or maybe they just didn't like that. I don't know what it was, and I used to be like hurt because I'm like, well, I thought I was being, open and as transparent as I naturally am, and y'all took this and y'all took it for granted, or y'all use it for your own advantage. And I'm like, dang, like what? I remember my mother telling me like when I was younger, and I cried when she told me this. It was at my birthday party, and one of my younger friends, her name is Gabriella. I hope she's doing well. But she had came over to me, gave me a hug, and was like saying something. And I told my mom, I was like, everybody loves me. She was like, everybody don't love you. And I cried. I was like, what? I was like, but she just came over here. Like, it was a big thing. I was very dramatic. No, for real. But I mean, at the same time, it was kind of like
it's the truth, but it don't feel good to hear.
It don't feel good to hear. It don't feel good to hear at all. And I think just noticing that, not taking it too personal, but then just seeing as I maneuvered within like my relationship with women, it was kind of like, oh, that was kind of right.
Because you're not going to be for everybody.
You're not going to be for everybody, and that kind of hurt my heart, because I'm a girl's girl. Yeah, I'm a very big like girl's girl. Like if I see a woman with like another like men or something, go to one first. Hey, how y'all doing? Y'all good? Y'all sure? Not trying to say I neglect the men in my life or men in general, but I do see like another woman in the room like, oof, okay. Especially black women, I'm like, oof, okay, girl, how you doing? No, for real. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? So how do you feel about the group of women or the friendships that you have with women right now and the sisterhoods that you have right now? How do you feel about that? Whoever want to go first?
Me right now, I feel great about the women that are around me, the sisterhood I have currently. I feel very good. I think they are, like I was saying earlier, I think we hold spaces for each other. We're transparent with each other. We communicate very well. And so I feel like, that's a great relationship to have that way. Yeah. How about you?
Same. And I only need about this many friends.
Yeah, I don't need a lot.
We have a community, and I like to stay within that. Not that I can't develop new friendships, but actually I do have a new friend.
Oh, but how is that?
Jaleisha. Oh, that's my friend. I love her. But
hey, Jaleisha.
I think that we both are able to express that we admire each other in a certain way straight off the bat, and it was the exact same towards one another. And I was like, dang, not we friends, because we was already friends in my head, and not in a crazy way. Funny. Because I feel like you peep when your energy meshes well with somebody you may not say anything, but it's like, oh, they seem cool. But when you all actually meet and interact with one another, it's like, dang, we was already friends, ain't we? Like, so yeah, I got a new friend, but beyond that, I wouldn't say that I'm actually looking for friends. I'm very, very happy with the sisterhood in my life. It took a long time to get here. So I'm a pour into the flowers that's around me.
Hello.
Because when you don't water the flowers, they die.
They die.
You know what I mean?
They shrivel up. No, that's good. I love that. I think for me, I am very grateful. It almost makes me want to cry sometimes because, like I said, I'm a girl's girl.
Mina, don't you start crying. Cause
I'm not going to start crying right now because I know you are.
Bring the tissue.
Please don't. Because I know y'all know me from like just being best friends with Rochelle and then also being best friends with Yana, and they came from like Morgan. We ran on the same track team. And granted, like even though I came with my freshman class, I do have like a lot of friends. Well, not a lot of friends. I have a few friends from when I did start off at Morgan on the track team and stuff like that, and my teammates. And I was very cordial with them and stuff like that. But for some reason, I will always go to Rochelle and Yana's room. Like, you know, I'm just in there, not doing it. Like, there used to be videos I have on my Snapchat where I'm just in there drawing, and Rochelle was like, she just won't stop talking. Like, it would just be me in their room, and I'm just like, yeah, guys, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, and granted, I would go around to all the older track team members' rooms and talk to them. But at the same time, I really appreciated how certain best friends and certain sisterhoods like settled in and aligned with me, because now I could sit here and say like, oh yeah, I've known Yana and Rochelle for like 6-7 years, and it's like, oh shit, like we about to make 10 years. Like, how many friendships do you have or sisterhoods that you have that last like that long? Because people are fickle. People are fickle,
and also as humans, we all continue to change. So if the people around you aren't able to change as well, but also open to seeing change in you, it's difficult to continue to move forward.
That's it, and it's such a hard but still rewarding type of process, because I do believe that when you do find your people, you feel like a sense of relief. It's like,
Correct.
I could be me.
That's exactly how it feels.
But I don't feel like that's talked about enough. Like, you know, outgrowing friendships and stuff like that. Like, you know, being able to, like she said, you have people who don't want to see you grow or can't see, you know, the growth in you and stuff like that. So I don't think that's normalized.
Because I knew you from, but I'm not that person no more.
Right.
So what you want me to do?
Right.
Yeah.
So we came to the part in the show where I'm gonna get in your business.
Oh Lord, you
A
got
little
this.
bit.
I was gonna say, Bricky, go first.
You got this one first.
I'll go first and get it out the way.
Okay. So we came to the part of the show. It's called the confession time question. It's just a question I'm gonna ask you, just to shake you up a little bit, but to be in your business.
Let me tuck my hair behind my ear.
No, for real, and get into it. So my confession time question is: if you are able to explain, a sisterhood that either hurt or healed you, what was it, and what did you learn from that?
Ooh. Okay. Let me not cry. So, wait, can I tell this story without telling my business?
I don't care. Them names this time,
I'm very transparent at this point in my life. Can't be worried about it. In high school, I was sexually assaulted and by a football player and basketball player.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. But my friend group were also friends with this gentleman. And when everything that happened to me happened, I didn't just scream it to the world. So it was assumed that I was lying.
Oh, wow.
And with that, my friends continued to be friends with this gentleman, and I withdrew because I'm not a person that lies. I'm not anything that I was being made out to be. So that hurt me. But moving forward, I also realized that I can't expect people to honor relationships and honor sisterhood in the way that I do.
Right.
Because everyone isn't me and I'm not everyone else.
Exactly.
But that was a hard lesson. It was a lesson that hurt. It's a lesson that honestly still hurts to this day. As I try to rekindle and rehash and just understand what happened in regards to those friendships. But yeah, it's your turn, Bre.
Thank you, Morgan.
You know you gotta repeat the question again.
I said if there was a time in the sisterhood where you were either hurt or healed by that specific friendship, what was it and what did you learn from it?
For me, a time in a sisterhood that I was hurt, I had a friend that kind of just stopped being my friend. Like, there was no explanation, no phone call, no conversation or anything. So that was hurtful because I had to, you know, get over that hump without even knowing why, or, you know. And so you said, how did I learn from it? Or,
yeah, what did you learn from it?
I think that goes back to what Morgan said, that she is you need, I forget.
Oh, closure.
Closure.
That girl, yeah.
That you won't always get the closure
That you
need and want, and sometimes you just gotta cough it up as a loss, or not a loss, but I think sometimes that the situation is enough to be the closure. Like, not
no, that's
facts.
facts.
Like,
that's facts.
That's a bar.
Her not reaching out.
That's facts.
It really taught me, like, okay, this is all the closure I need, because if we were really friends for X amount of time or X amount of years, and you can't even reach out and just to say, you know, I feel this way or whatever the case may be, you just completely just...
Because your actions show me you didn't care. I don't need to call you for you to tell me you don't care.
And it hurts. It's like, dang, like, you're not going to say nothing?
Yeah. So that's pretty much what I learned, that
not you triggering me over here.
The situation is the closure. The situation is the closure.
I still be trying to get closure, though, but the situation is the closure most of
I think that closure is so... It's good, but at the same time, if it's given like authentically, but I feel like sometimes it's like
we're poking for it.
Yeah,
and
it's like, well, why can't
stop
you
trying to poke the bear? The bear clearly is walking away with its back to you.
It's like,
a turned back says everything.
I'm
like
done.
It's good.
Yeah, I think. Thank you, Bre.
Yeah,
that was raw. That was real. Thank y'all both, because that was raw and real. I think for me, a sisterhood that healed me. I want to say now, I've never really had too much of a heartbreak in sisterhoods. I've had like disappointments. I've never really had my heart too broken. I've been sad about certain situations, why I haven't been friends with certain people that I'm no longer friends with now. But I think for the position that I'm in now, like especially with y'all, Rochelle, Yana, Sola, Brand, like Afia, everybody, Amira, I do feel a sense of new women coming into my orbit or the atmosphere, and it's so relieving and refreshing to see myself in different women. You know what I'm saying?
I think we all see a little bit of ourselves in each other, and it's so cool.
It's so refreshing. It's like I used to, still trying to get over it a little bit, but get over the fact of me just being so perfect. You know, this has to go the specific way because it has to be this.
And if I'm not join the committee of reformed perfectionists, because girl, I am the committee leader. Okay?
Because I'm just like, I gotta do it because all these other women, and especially y'all know I'm the baby of the group. You know, so a lot of people will come to me and be like, I didn't know you was such and such age, and I'm like,
I don't know how old you are right now, Vina, and I don't need to. It's
okay, that's fine.
Perfectly fine.
I am.
But you don't act it.
Yeah, I feel as if I never want to like out mature nobody and be like, I'm the most mature years, whatever. But I do, like I say, I see a lot of myself in y'all. I do see a lot of things that I will want to achieve, and there's some things I'll be like, I don't know if I want to have that, but they got it, and I accept it because they're them.
Yeah.
But I will say this newfound sisterhood, especially in May it Rain Forevermore, just really shows me how I am in different women, and that I don't have to be perfect.
Exactly.
I don't have to be, you know, this. I don't have to have it all together. You know what I'm saying? I can have a couple of shit together.
Guess what? The people that we think have it all together don't.
Nobody has it all together. Honestly,
I would like to see somebody that does.
Nobody has it all together.
Send them on over. Okay.
Everybody trying to figure it out one day at a time.
And that's why, like, grace
including
is so
the president. The president.
He's trying to figure out one footstep at a time. That man can fall.
Y'all, please. That man is old. That man is
nobody got it all together.
But that's why grace, I feel like, is so important.
You have to give yourself grace.
Not even just yourself, definitely yourself, but also other people. Because it's like we have certain expectations from other people, but when they fall short, you can do one of two things. You can give grace, or you can be like, I'm good.
Yeah.
But either way, whichever you decide is your decision to make.
Yeah.
But being able to give that grace is important, especially when it's relationships that you value.
Yeah, especially with y'all, like with women, I'll be like, okay, I didn't accept them for where they at. And also about your perspective, like your reference point.
Yeah.
I don't know, like y'all are bringing too much or anything like that, and vice versa, but it's like, okay, now we meet in this space together. How do we meet here and then grow together, or even, you know, God forbid, or whatever aligns, grow in the same path and then grow apart, or maybe come back together. You know, I think relationships or like friendships, especially womanhood, friendships and sisterhoods, they grow apart. They sometimes grow intertwined into each other. They may come to a point where maybe there's parallel. But needless to say, I think those that are that have substance usually last for like a lifetime.
Yeah.
Because I would see like my mother have like sisterhoods and friendships that last for like 20 plus years. I'm like, how you
manage this person? That's a good point too, because we talk about how like these people don't know how to be sisters and friends and stuff, but who's to say they ever seen their parents do that?
Yeah.
You know? So
Hi, it's me. I couldn't tell you
some people just don't know how to be a friend, or they don't know how to
Friendship.
be a part of a community and sisterhood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Did y'all know how people be like, oh, because my mother best friend Miss Terry? I
It's
feel like
my
my mother has friends that she's met at her job later in life, but I can't recall any friendships that she's had for 10, 20, 30 years.
yeah.
But I also think that's because of her upbringing, and she's removed herself from that space. And I'm okay with that because I turned out all right.
Right.
But it's just like, I had never seen it or experienced it until now. So it's like, okay, I like it here.
Right.
Thank you.
Well, thank y'all. If y'all have anything, what is y'all Instagram handles?
Okay.
Where everybody can find you at? What do we got going? And first, before you say that, I just want to thank y'all so much.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for
coming
having
here.
us.
Yeah, because this is a good conversation. I was like,
you for having
who can have this conversation with me? Because I need some real authentic. I need some real
Wow,
insightful.
you picked the right people.
Fire and ice.
Yeah, for real. For real.
I didn't say which one you were. Look at you. Tell them to know yourself.
Girl, you got a little Leo in you, so I'm going to get the fire to you.
I was gonna take the fire anyway.
Okay.
Correct.
But I do appreciate y'all fully. I do appreciate y'all for even like being aligned with me and me being aligned with y'all. And it's like,
Oh yeah.
I love y'all so
Correct.
much. So, but yes, y'all Instagram.
Go ahead, Bre.
Y'all.
I am
Emails.
at 1Beasy, 1BEASY.
I'm sorry. I always tell Bre she need to change that because you gotta remember that it's a one in front of it.
That is her one because she is
It
the
is
one.
because she the one.
She not accepting me for who I am.
I am. I
That's
have accepted. I
crazy.
stopped talking
We
about
just
it.
sat here and talked all about
We
sisterhood
did.
and grace and acceptance.
When
and
was the
she
last time I
can't-
brought it up?
And she can't even accept my Instagram
When was-
name that
when
I've
was the
had
last
for
time I
12
brought it up?
years.
12
years?
years.
Yeah.
Oh, I know it was that long. You like
I've
got
that?
you
had
committed.
it.
You're
I've
committed.
had it since Instagram started.
You
I've
locked in. I ain't know
I've
that.
never
I ain't know
changed
that. I thought
it.
y'all was new friends.
You never asked.
You're right. Okay.
What is your Instagram again?
Go ahead. Tell them again.
1Beasy. That is at 1BEASY.
Thank you very much.
Morgan. Hi. My name is Morgan. Hi. My Instagram is at Morgan Renee. And just put underscores in there because it's like 3 or 4. I can't remember.
Lord.
But you'll find it.
And what are y'all brand Instagrams?
Oh, I guess I'll do that one as well. At Skin Sense, SKYN. Sense.
How you spell the sense?
SENSE.
Okay, because you know some people going to spell it with
Yes,
the
because
C.
people be like Skyn.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Brianna.
And mine is at The Bold Productions. That's THEBOLD Productions.
Show them that.
The tattoo. Boom.
Whenever you talk
bold.
about your brand, then you gotta go.
I know. It's peeling right now, so I'm gonna just.
They
Lord.
can't see that.
Well, I thank y'all again
Thank
for coming on the
you. Thank
Confession
you.
Corner
Thank you
and
for having
talking. I am your host, Vina. This is the Confession Corner. This is Bre and Morgan, and we are out. Peace.
Peace.